Vardan paints curbs. I don't know if you guys know this, but he paints curbs, and he was embarrassed at first, but then the first video was so funny because it was like it took you 4 hours and you charged $5.
$5, yeah. But she gave me a tip. She gave me $5 tips. So I actually made 10.
So it's like $2.50 an hour.
Okay, but listen, it's the hustle that matters.
I agree. You're right.
I think that's part of it. Like, I think that's why people were so attracted to it. They were like, "Wait, what? He's only making $5?" Like, I had to explain it to Naveen, and Naveen would be like, "Well, he knows. Does he know that he's not charging enough?" And I'm like, "I think so."
I kind of figured after everybody commented it.
Right,
I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I am charging a little less, you know?
What are the prices up to now?
They're pretty high. I mean, I'm doing a lot of work, you know?
Yeah.
So it's $20.
For how many hours is that, Susie? 3 hours?
Yeah, how long? So let's just say you're booked, right, for an entire day. Vardan wakes up at 1 p.m., and then he has the entire 5 hours ahead of him. How many curbs can you paint in a day?
Depends on the curb, honestly. But usually I'll try to aim at like 3-4 a day.
Have you ever done 3-4 a day?
No.
How many have you done in a day?
2.
And is that with help or without help?
With help.
Actually, fun fact.
But I put a lot of effort into my stuff.
You do, and that's what's special about it is that's the way you got to think about it. I think you got to think about like you're giving them an artistic vision. You're giving them you're an artist.
Yeah.
So remember that, and that way I think there's more value in that. You're like if somebody wants you to paint their curb, you do you. That's what they're paying for.
I actually asked Vardan if he would hire me.
Are you ready to take on an employee?
Right now I'm a little the schedule is a little bit hectic. So
Vardan, you wake up at 4 p.m.
Why do you wake up so late?
I don't know. You know why? Because I'm always grinding all night.
Yeah.
And then
Dude,
that's my problem. I sleep at like 4 a.m. and I'm like probably like later, even 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I know it's really bad and it's really unhealthy, but that's what I do.
What are some of the trappings of painting curbs? Like what have you messed up? I heard that you sometimes mess up the number.
Yeah. There's been multiple times where I mess up the number.
How do you mess up a number?
I will say in Los Angeles we do have 5 digits sometimes.
Yeah.
Like you'll have like
There's-
11407.
You have a lot of digits.
know-
There's places where it's 3 digits, you know?
All right,
And
dude,
that's
never
like
be an accountant.
Every
Never.
every time it's 3 digits only, that's the time wherever I'm like, yes, you know, because it's less work for me and same amount of money. So
you're looking for 3-digit houses
always,
right now.
but
a
if
2-digit house would be amazing.
2 digits. Oh man,
Is it true
what I would
that-
do for a 2-digit house?
Is it true the lower the house number, the more expensive the house is?
I don't know about that.
I don't know. About
Like,
that.
let's just say like 1 Parkway does that mean like the house is worth like $50 million?
Oh man, one
I
Parkway,
see.
that's a good one for Vardan. Just a 1.
1. Hey, how messed that up too? I thought you meant 5.
But yeah, I mean maybe actually that kind of does sound like it would make sense. You know?
Has anyone gotten mad at you?
So whenever there was so I was painting curbs one day, and this was after school, right?
Yeah.
So I was like 17 years old at the time.
Yeah.
And I go and I knock on somebody's door, and when I knock out this door, there's this one big bulky guy that comes out, and he's probably in his 50s, and he comes out, he's like, "What the hell do you want? Why are you knocking on my house door?" and then I tell him, I'm like, "Hey sir, sorry to bother you, but I was just wondering if you'd like your curb numbers painted, and I'm going around the neighborhood painting curb numbers, so I would be just interested if you guys want your curb numbers painted, you know?" So that's my pitch. Right. And the guy just starts like screaming at me and yelling. He's like, "I don't want my goddamn curb numbers painted. You're bothering me."
That's what I would say if someone knocked on my door.
Yeah.
Why?
If someone knocks on my door, like there's a lot of break-ins, I'm like, "Who is it? Huh? Who's there?" Like I'll start yelling.
No way.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Actually, well, that makes sense, kind of.
because people do that. I don't want people coming up to the door.
But
So this is a tough business that you're in.
no, it is. There's been that's kind of like the reason why I wanted to quit a lot of times and why I was a little embarrassed of it. But
now you have brands reaching out,
I know,
which is incredible.
It's insane. I would.
Can you mention?
I don't know. Sharkies.
Sharkies.
Guys, if you guys know Sharkies.
Sharkies is a really great Mexican place.
It is
Yeah.
really good.
Chain.
It's
It's
really,
really
good.
man.
And it's very fresh.
Dude, the
Yeah, yeah,
nachos.
Very fresh. Yeah.
The nachos.
I
are
love the nachos.
Unbelievable. You're the best.
We had the funniest conversation the other night. We went out. We shot something with Nick and David, and it went really well. It was like old times, you know. We were even in the Tesla, and then we were driving home, and you know how like if Nick or I say something to David, like he won't really entertain it. you
Yeah.
know? But Vardan was so great. Vardan just in the back seat, and he was all hyped up from the bit. The bit went really well, and he was like, "Yo, David, like, what's next? What's next?" And he was like, well, what do you mean? He's like, "Why don't you vlog, man? Why don't you vlog? The people want it." And then of course Nick was like,
People want it.
Jonah was like, he's like, shut the hell up, Vardan. He's like, he's a billionaire. He doesn't need to vlog. But then Vardan kept pushing David, and I was loving it. I was loving it so much.
And what if
Because
David-
you could see that Vardan was like breaking through a little bit.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Because when we got back to the house, David was like, "Well, I do like the enthusiasm." You know? It was really funny.
He's like, do I start vlogging because of Vardan? He starts vlogging for Vardan.
Yeah. He might. He might. Like you could see that like Vardan was the only person that could like.
Yeah.
That's your gift, man.
No way.
That is your gift.
Wow.
You just have like a great way with people. You're great to be
Yeah.
around. You're so genuine.
America's sweetheart.
Yeah. Don't
Is there a sweetheart for males?
I think it's Vardan.
Yeah. America's
I
sweetheart.
can see him on the cover of People magazine
Yeah.
one day. Sexiest man alive.
America's
way.
sweetheart. Imagine People magazine reaches out to Vardan and say, "Do you want your curb painted?"
And you had somebody huge reach out. We're not going to say who it is, but you had someone huge reach out for your curb, possibly.
Where your manager.
No, not my manager. The big person.
Yeah. Don't talk about it.
Don't talk about it.
Don't
but-
talk about it.
Oh.
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
He just remembered.
He's
Yeah.
so
Like he told me.
Yeah.
Somebody really big reached out to Vardan about making a video, because a lot of these videos are great with regular people, but there's potential for even more views if you get like a famous person in there.
Yeah.
of course.
And so this really famous person reached out, and now you remember.
Yeah. I remember.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. But yeah,
They're so funny.
she or he.
She or he.
I don't want to say who, but
yeah.
They reached out to Vardan
Yeah.
in hopes of Vardan painting their curb. That sentence was hard to say.
Yeah. What do your parents think of the curb business?
They love it.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. They think it's really cool.
Yeah.
What?
My mom just always says, "My king Vardan."